just going to take a moment to take in the beauty of this space. Take a couple of deep breaths before I share a story with you. Facing down some ghosts, some figments of the imagination. Limiting beliefs. Moving through lessons as guided by Spirit to share with you. Hello all. So Yuli here. Beautiful, beautiful space that we're in. This is Lake Smith, Lake Lawson in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And I thought it would be perfect for me to share a story with you, a little wisdom share of more of the spiritual boot camp that Spirit runs me through. Since my healing, it's a constant healing journey, that we're always on. You can't rush your healing. We're constantly being moved through our shadows. So the shadow work is being done all the time. The healing is being done all the time. When we bring our awareness to it is when it is really prolific and can do the most good for us. We get out of our own way and we shut down our minds. So I'm going to share a story with you of staring down a ghost. I don't mean a ghost as in, the undead or the dead, the dearly departed spirit. I mean a ghost as in a figment of our imagination. The mind is a powerful, powerful thing. The devil lies in the mind and the stories that we tell ourselves, which are, of course, our conditioning from childhood, from past lives, things that we're here to work through in our contract, if you believe in soul contracts. And again, I'm going to reiterate, take everything that I say as it resonates, and if it doesn't resonate with you, that's perfectly fine. Just leave it for somebody else. Not everything I say is going to be, it's not gospel. It's just me sharing something that I have moved through, a healing that I have experienced from myself, through the others, through relationships, and my awareness to them and my aha moments. It is, and I am here sharing them with you because I am prompted by my guides and my spirit team. I'm very intuitive, and I'm just prompted to share, and hopefully it can do some good for somebody else. So the story begins with I've been talking with this guy, wonderful, wonderful man whom I feel very aligned with, and everything just feels so like right on. Everything is clicking, we're jiving, everything is great. And I'm very excited about this person in my life. And I know that my karma here is to work through relationship dynamics. How do I show up in relationships? We just moved through some pretty heavy eclipse energies that was in Aries, and pertaining with the self. And it was also in some sort of relation to the South Node in Libra. So that brought up a lot of relationship dynamics. Anyway, so relationships have been heavily on my mind. And I don't know, I am looking for that perfect person. I'm manifesting this person to help me, to actualize a dream. And so when we're manifesting, we start seeing things show up, we get a bit excited, right? So we're like, oh my gosh, it's happening. This could possibly be it. Well, this is kind of like where I'm at, you know? And so I'm really excited about this man. And we're talking, and we've had our first date, and it was lovely. And now we're, on the second date. Well, he didn't exactly tell me. We said a day, but we didn't say what time, and we didn't say where we're going to meet. And so I was like, okay, well, that's new for me. And everything that I'm trying to do with this person, I'm trying to do all the new things because I'm trying to break old patterns and old habits. And I'm trying to not have any of this be from old wounding, especially now that I've had that prolific quantum healing from Wes Coons, where he cleared out all that old relationship dynamic stuff and the sexual healing stuff I needed to move past. So I'm like, okay, well, let's put all of this now to work. Let's put it all into practice. And let's just make sure that we do all the good things, that we really are conscious and making right decisions, but also maintaining our sovereignty. So I've also been doing this sound bowl series that is moving around the Celtic medicine wheel. And now we're finally to the position of claiming our sovereignty. And so I'm diving into what does that mean. For each direction, Spirit has guided me through the healing that is required for me to then be able to teach it and to put it into sound, to help others heal and to help others move around the wheel as it pertains to them in their lives. So now here we are claiming our sovereignty, and so I'm diving into what is sovereignty. What does it mean to be sovereign? What does it mean to be in your sovereignty and to claim it? Well, it means to be in right standing with the universe and with everything in the universe, to be in right standing with these trees and with nature all around us, and with others and with ourselves and with our goals and with our aspirations. It's to be in right standing with everything, to not be pushing the river, to be in flow, to always be doing things from a state of our words are impeccable and our actions are always of the highest octave, the highest vibration, and we are always acting out in the highest of integrity, and everything that we do is out of love. And we also maintain our healthy boundaries. We recognize what is good for us and what is right for us and what isn't, and what doesn't feel good. And don't say yes to something that you really in your head are saying no to. So it's really standing in your power, and that's what claiming your sovereignty is. So moving on with the story, and I'm now aware that Spirit is doing this, that each of these directions on this wheel I am moving through in my life. This is very much also like my artwork, where I'll receive a message from Spirit, and it'll be something that I know that I'm to create, to relay out to others through art, and it'll have to be something that I have to heal through, and then I put that energy into the piece. And so now here I am doing this in a verbal message for you. But anyway, so yes, so we have the second date is scheduled, and it's about maybe 1 to 2 weeks out, and I'm watching the person on Facebook and social media, and I'm starting to see some really cryptic posts. I'm also starting to feel like the energy is starting to feel a bit detached. We are communicating a little bit less. And so with that, all of a sudden the monkey mind and the ego and this small-mindedness, all of the programs that are in here, all of the limiting beliefs, they kick in, and they kick in full force. And they're like, he's not really interested in you. Who the hell makes a date and doesn't say like what time and where? And so I'm hearing all of these negative things, and I'm like, no, we need to, I'm also hearing Spirit say, you need to relax, Yuli. You need to just trust. Just trust. Trust that the guy is into you. Trust that you're, why do you need a time? Why do you need a place? You know that you're going to have a second date. So just relax already. And no, the monkey mind still wanted to get in the action and be like, we got to keep you safe. The ego's got to keep you safe. Don't go down this road. Red flag, hello, red flag. This is not normal. And I'm like, well, nothing about this relationship is normal. And I prefer it to be that way. And so I also was catching these negative thoughts, like I was catching them in a net, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Yes, I do deserve this relationship. Yes, this person is interested in me. Why wouldn't he be interested in me? I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am super insanely talented. I am wicked smart. Not trying to be all kinds of big about myself, but you should say these things about yourself. If you don't, please start. It's really important. Anything you say after I am is very important, because you're essentially telling your soul that this is what it is. You're identifying with whatever you put out there. And so I was like, okay, yes, we're going to retrain ourselves, and we're going to just trust that, I'm reading into the things on Facebook. They have absolutely nothing to do with me. This person, we also have to realize that they are an individual also, and they have their own path. They have their own monkey mind. They have their own things that they are going through. They have their own lives, and there's infinite possibilities of what they could possibly be going through. So it's not just all about you. It's not all about me. And so I am also recognizing this, and but the silence and the distance between us started to increase, which really, on hindsight, really wasn't so much. It's not like I am a needy person. I'm a really busy person. I just was really excited. And so, and I was just really caught up in all of this negative self-talk. I mean, it was grappling at me. I was like I was an octopus and had a little grabbers just trying to grab onto scenarios, and not a single damn one of the scenarios was a positive scenario. Every single one of them was self-destructive. Every single one of them was of condemning myself or saying that I'm not worthy. It was of low self-worth. It was of lack. It was out of not a very heart-centered place at all. And so I just kept trying to transmute each and every one of them to, you are worthy. And and then I was like, okay, so even if, we're not going to just spiritually bypass everything. Even if this was not the one for you, that's okay. Just to allow, so then once I got to that point, then the message went up another octave. So then the message was to just be open, to take the relationship so far for what it was, for what it is, how beautiful it has already been, and how much joy I have experienced just having this person in my life for the past, month or so. I guess it's been a month, I don't know, but just the joy of having this person in my life, that's a gift. And I'm very grateful for that. And, and even if they weren't in my life anymore, that's enough. I don't need to feel like this person doesn't want me, or something is wrong with me, or no, absolutely not. And then when I think of all the synchronicities that brought us together, that was beautiful also. And I could also get wrapped up in that story too of, well, there were so many synchronicities, it just has to be. No, You know, it could just be for what it has already been. And it could also be for something that is not written yet. Things that I don't even know. Nobody knows. So, you know, then the next octave was to just be open. Just open. Just be open to everything that comes. To be so fully present in this moment. To, okay, stop thinking about the person so gosh darn much and focus on you, you know, focus on before the person came into your life, you were, you know, you're creating artwork and you're busy doing this and you're busy being you. You need to still focus on your solidarity and you as an individual and still keeping yourself in your muchness. And so, so I focused then on that. I'm like, okay, monkey mind, we're going to give you something productive to do. And B, we're just going to be me. We're going to be Yuli. And we're going to dive into this artwork, which has been amazing. And we're going to dive into our oracle deck that we're creating. And that's been amazing. And we're going to dive into, so all of these things, because I needed a distraction. So again, yet another gift. Another gift that has come out of this is, you know, I've been so productive because I've needed a distraction so that I am not allowing my monkey mind to go down all this negative self-talk. And so in doing that, I have created this amazing piece of artwork that has just sold. She was crying. She was so happy with it. And I got misty too because she was so happy with it. I mean, that lifted my heart to so many higher dimensions. It's unbelievable. And I mean, there's beauty in every single moment. And if we are just so tied up and fixated on these little mundane things, like I was just so fixated on this date, like I just needed to know when it was going to be and where it was going to be. I had to have these details, otherwise it wasn't really going to happen. And then I'm in my head saying, it's not going to happen, why would it happen, blah 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 blah. So anywho, so we're moving along and I still don't know, and the monkey mind is still racing, and I'm not hearing much from the person. And so finally the monkey mind won a little bit, and I was like, I'm just gonna confirm. I'm just gonna say, hey yo, you know, it's Saturday. Are we still on for our date? Yes, 100% confirmed. We're still on for our date. Okay, right on. So that lifted me, that put wind in my sails. We're good to go, 100%, yeah. All right, so, but still, the darn monkey mind, it's still caved in and still was, yes, but. It just doesn't stop. And so even up to, so then Sunday goes through, and again, cryptic text, cryptic messages, which is all by design. It is all by design. And this is that spiritual bypassing, you know, and then I'm messaging and I'm not getting a message back. Then they're saying they lost their phone, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how many times have I heard that? And yeah. There's just, you know, the boot camp came that I just kept questioning, that I was just so in disbelief that we were having a second date, and there was no reason for me to be in disbelief. And in being in that way and you know, and I even had my thoughts on, okay, well, whatever you think as a powerful manifester is going to come to pass. That's the reality that you're going to create. So there's another lesson. Whatever you think, all of these stories that you create in your head is what is going to manifest out into your reality. Well, did I not want to have a date? Because that was really the course of action that was going to happen. And so I kept just trying to train my mind to, yes, it's going to be a date. It's going to be a wonderful surprise. And then I was like, no, we don't need to say that it's going to be a surprise, because then you're setting yourself up for letdown. So you see how my mind is just constantly like, la, 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 having a field day. So we're battling, and I'm winning. I'm maintaining that free floating state of being present in the moment, of allowing life to just simply unfold around me. If the relationship is going to blossom, it is just simply going to unfold beautifully like a divine rose. And if not, and the rose head falls off the bush, well then, so be it. And to just be okay with that, to just train myself to just be okay with whatever happens. Just be okay with it. Because why should we put ourselves through the suffering? I realized that, okay, well, how are these negative thoughts making me feel? I'm feeling anxious. I'm not feeling very happy. I'm not feeling good about myself. I am in constant state of worry. Can't stop thinking about it. And when I would meditate and go someplace else, I would be at peace. I would be in such bliss, and I would be in my sovereignty. I would be in right standing with all that is in the world. And so, yes, I try to just embody and just live from that state of openness, of just being open. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe, for every single moment. Thank you for everything that comes. Because what if he's not the one, and the one comes by and I miss it because I am so caught up in this? And so I'm just open, just breathing, just being open. Well, I had made the mistake of mentioning to people at work that I had a second date and that I was so excited. And so they're asking me, Yuli, so tonight is the night, right? Tonight is your second date. Where are you going to go? What time are you going? I'm like, I don't know. But there's going to be a date. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be magnificent. And it's going to be exactly what it's going to be. I'm just going to be open to infinite possibilities. There's infinite possibilities and reasons as to why I haven't heard from this person yet. And I had mentioned I was going to be off of work at 5:30, and all throughout the day, still no communication. And so, things are getting a little tense. Monkey mind is really getting loud. The symbols have come out. And I'm like, no, maintain openness, maintain in the flow, maintain in the moment. The future is undetermined, infinite possibilities. The air is pregnant with possibilities. I breathe in the air. The air is pregnant with possibilities. I breathe in the air. Anything and everything can happen. I have everything. Nothing really matters. It matters not. If I go on a date, if I don't go on a date, I'm still going to be Yuli. I'm still going to be magnificent. I'm still going to be a fabulous sound healer. I am still going to be an amazingly talented artist. I'm still going to be all of my muchness. And so, yes, even with the la 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 from the people and also from the mind, I'm maintaining my sovereignty. So I go home, I let them know, hey, I'm done. I send a cute little song, and nothing. I get showered, I get dressed, I'm looking amazing, and nothing. And I'm like, I have to just be okay with this. I have to be okay. This is not rejection. There's no such thing as rejection, because here's my theory on rejection. So rejection is also a pattern. It's a limiting belief. It is something that we need to work through. It is a way that, like, nobody can make you happy. Nobody can make you smile. Nobody can make you feel any kind of way. It is, feelings are your response and therefore your responsibility. And so I'm like, this is not rejection. If I'm still maintaining openness, there are still infinite possibilities. One, let's take it off of me, okay? It's not about me. What if something happened to this person? God forbid, you know? Okay, well, let's shoot them. Let's say, I hope everything is okay. I hope, you know. And it was also on Memorial Day, and I know that they're a veteran. And for veterans, Memorial Day is a very special and sacred day, and it's a very heavy day. And so, you know, sent light there, sent, you know, holding them in the light, compassion and love, to do all things still. Like in sovereignty, you do all things still from a place of compassion and love and uplifting, and, you know, but still maintaining your power. And so I didn't hear from him. And I changed my clothes, and I made a little something to eat. And I am human. So I was disappointed because I was so excited. And so I had a couple of tears because I felt sadness. And so, you know, I'm not trying to spiritually bypass and not allow myself, my emotional body, to feel things. I was sad, but I knew why I was sad. And I wasn't crying from a place of, oh, he doesn't want me. Oh, he's abandoning me. He's, you know, it wasn't from a place of lack. It was a place of disappointment, of that I was so excited. And, you know, and then I was like, well, why Spirit? Why would we have the second date? Why would we have confirmation? And then I looked at, okay, well, look, Yuli, look at how you transmuted through this whole process. The whole process was about really training your mind to manifest the outcome that you truly wanted, to battle those evil thoughts that you yourself were putting on yourself, to battle those limiting beliefs, to fully own and stand in your sovereignty, to be open to infinite possibilities, to be open to the present moment, to be just, you know, and also another thing that I realized, you know, so all of those were wonderful blessings, wonderful lessons that we can take forward. But another thing that I realized was, this is a relationship, okay? My fingers coming together is a relationship. My hand holding this bottle is a relationship, okay? This hand by itself is my hand. This bottle by itself, holding itself, or by itself, is just its bottle. But my hand holding this bottle now becomes a little something. This is now a way for me to receive hydration. This is now, the bottle is now supported by this hand, and now the bottle can actually lift up off of the ground or wherever it is resting, which even if it was resting, it would be in relationship with something else. It's now in relationship with this hand. And it gives it a whole lot more meaning, and there's a lot more juice to it. But we also have our relationship with ourself and all the aspects of ourself, our inner child, our higher self, our egoic self, that small-mindedness. And to also recognize that we are individuals. I lost my train of thought for a second. Oh, relationships. Yeah, sorry. I got a little caught up in the wind, the trees. the Sithrisms. You know, if you think of the different kinds of relationships that we have, you know, like if this was just a friendship, like say this was a girlfriend of mine and we were going to go hang out, have pizza or whatever, would I have gotten so caught up? No, I wouldn't have. You know, she would have no-showed. I would have been like, all right, fine, I'm going to go get pizza by myself. No big deal. But it was because I had labeled this. I had put this in such a container, such a sparkly, magnificent container of it's a romantic relationship. And I built it all up into all that it was, that it might not have even been, but I made it be. I romanticized the shit out of it, pardon my expression. But I romanticized it, I glorified it, I built it up and put it in this crystalline box, and it was just stunning and gorgeous and wonderful and magnificent. And it was all about love and romance, that this was going to be a partner and, you know, the one and the whole. I created this monster. I created this big, giant, beautiful monster. And it stressed the crap out of me. And it ran me down through this rabbit hole of fear and rejection and anxiety and limiting beliefs and old patterns and old wounds and, oh my gosh, is it even going to happen? And am I deserving of it? And yes, gosh darn it, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So again, that in Spirit was teaching me through all of this to not quantify it. That relationship is just relationship. Whether it's, you know, let's not put a label on it. Every relationship is unique. Every individual is unique. It does not need to be defined. Once we label something, it's a romantic relationship, all of a sudden it's assigned duties, it's assigned expectations, it's assigned emotions and a whole bag of and box of all kinds of stuff. It's assigned programming. It's okay, well now we're going to go down this path, and now we're going to go down this path, and this is how it's supposed to be. And if it's this kind of relationship, if it's a business kind of relationship, it needs to be like this. And if it's a friendship, it needs to be like this. We are all souls. We're all connected. We do not need to assign a label. And you know, it can just flow. It can just flow. So I moved through all of that, and I felt so much lighter. The next morning, I do also admit I got caught up in my humanness, and I did need to release some more emotions, because I recognized also that I still had not heard from the person. And it felt hurtful. And so, and that's okay. But I also recognized that I needed to forgive them. And whether I understood or not, I needed to just simply release, which I needed to be releasing them anyway, just because we don't need to have a hold on each other. We don't need to have expectations of each other, expectations of ourselves, yes. And if somebody says that they're going to do something, would it be wonderful if they were impeccable with their word? Yeah, of course. But there's always lessons to be learned. And there's always, you know, things that we're supposed to move through. Everything is always divinely perfect. We can't get caught up in this person did this to me and that to me and whatever. And it's not to you, it's for you. So yes, we, in a sense, need to get caught up in ourselves, of what is this teaching me? And not on the surface, but dive deeper. We have to descend in order to ascend. So go deep with it, go just as deep and profound. I mean, maybe I was, you might think that I was being, I was just overly accepting or making excuses for the person. Or maybe you're saying there were so many red flags, Yuli, why didn't you see the red flags? And of course this wasn't going to happen. I don't look at it that way at all. I don't, because I am so grateful for those lessons that I learned, of the openness and how freeing it is, and how this is what it means to be standing in your sovereignty. But to go a step further, I know this is getting a little long, but to go a step further, I worked my shift the next day. It was a small one, and I got out of work and there was a text from the person, and they were apologizing, and they told me what had happened. And, and I also explained that, maybe it's not a good time to be in a relationship because they still had some healing to do. And I felt that. And I really respected that. I really honored that person was able to come to me and be like, you know what? I really think you're amazing, but I just, I got to work on myself. And I think that's what we kind of need in any situation like that. I mean, there's so much trauma bonding going on. I am also trying to not be the healer that rushes in. That that's a pattern of mine, of that. Oh, I see this wounded man. I want to rush in and I want to heal him. Nope. This person, is very capable of that. And if that person invited me or asked me to come help them, I would naturally, of course, love to do that for them. And it would be very powerful because I love them. But yeah, no, I thought that was really wonderful that he had expressed that to me. And I said, you know what? It's really cool. I'm okay. I moved through some tears and some sadness, and I'm not taking it as rejection at all, because I know what I bring to the table. I mean, I don't just bring stuff to the table. I bring the table and like the whole everything. The chairs, the candles, the magic, everything. I mean, and again, I'm just not trying to be all egocentric or anything, but we should feel that way. And we should be okay with, everybody's got their path to trod in this life. Everybody's got their contract. There's the old adage of everyone comes into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Well, how do you know which is which? Everybody comes into your life for a reason. There's always a reason. Always a reason. The season part, well, how do you know that? Because you might think it's for a season, but a year later, 2 years later, a month later, you think that it was only a season, and here they are again. They've evolved, they've moved through something, or it's another test. It's a test from the universe to see, have you learned what you needed to learn? So I don't know where it's going to go with me and this person. I know that, now we're friends, so we've, attached that label. We are two beautiful souls that came into each other's orbit, that aligned with each other's paths for that moment, a couple of weeks, for however long our paths are going to be in alignment. Right now, he has to focus on some stuff, and frankly, I need to really focus on some stuff too. I need to not be so bogged down with the love and the, the manifesting of the perfect person. I'm gonna hold all that we have sacred. I'm going to find the sacred in every moment, the beauty in every moment. If our paths cross again, which I know that they will, I look forward to that moment, but I'm going to stay present. I'm going to stay present and be fully open to all that the universe has for me, because how does it get any better than this? What else is possible? Open up the quantum field of possibilities. The air is pregnant with possibilities. Breathe in the air. It's so liberating and so freeing to be in your sovereignty, you know, to be able to say, you know what, yeah, you know what, you're right. I do deserve better. You're absolutely right. 100%. And you should always say that. If someone says, you deserve better, say yes. And how are you going to deliver that? Because I want to deliver the best to you too. You know? I want an even exchange of energy. And I'm willing to give, you know. So until then, I just will love myself. And I look for that person who will love me as much as I love myself. And I think that is perfect wisdom to sort of end this on. Is to, yeah, don't get bogged down in the stories, those judgments, assumptions, inventions, and lies. They're not real. They're not real. And so, according to, so the title was Staring Down a Ghost. The ghost was the figment of our imagination, the figment of the stories that we were telling ourselves, or I was telling myself, that I was telling myself that he was ghosting me, that he was being a ghost. All figments of the imagination. So, I mean, I don't know. But yeah. Put out to the universe that you want someone in your life. You don't even need that person, but really, I mean, it's wonderful to have a relationship. The one who loves you as much as you love yourself. And you better make sure that you really love yourself. If you're going to put that kind of boundary, you love yourself to know, enough to know, I deserve better. And with that, I love you all so very much. I hope you were able to take something from this video, from this story. I know it's a little bit all over the place, but I'm authentic. This is there's no editing involved in this video. Take me as I am. But if you liked it, please do put a like. If you have a story or some wisdom to share, please do comment. If this has meant something to you, please comment. I love the comments. The comments are where there's additional medicine for me and for others as well. And I do truly love you all so very much. And sound blessings. Thank you very much.